We'll start with, so who would like to go first? First, let me just like to reiterate the rules to you all. You're going to get 3 minutes to speak, and 1 minute is for rebuttal, where the judges are going to ask you the question and you will have to answer them. Your fellow participants are also allowed to ask you the question during that 1 minute, and you are not allowed to use unparliamentary or indecent language throughout your discourse. I'll tell it to you in Hindi again. आप सभी को डिबेट अपनी प्रेजेंट करने के लिए, अपनी स्पीच को बोलने के लिए 3 मिनट दिए जाएंगे। उसके बाद आपको 1 मिनट दिया जाएगा रिबटल के लिए, जिसमें आपसे जजेस और जो फेलो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं वो आपसे सवाल पूछ सकते हैं, कोई भी सवाल पूछ सकते हैं आपकी स्पीच से रिलेटेड और टॉपिक से रिलेटेड। आपको किसी भी तरह की खराब
Samia, I would like to know
नहीं है।
one thing. How will they know that their time is up? There is not no timer.
I will be reminding it to them, and I'll be muting them.
Okay.
Works, right? So I'll mute
Okay.
you, and I'll also ring a bell. I'll do a buzzer, or I'll just mute you directly. Works? So I guess we should go with alphabetical order. I think Dania comes first. So Dania, please go ahead. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, I'll be beginning at the self count of 3, 2, 1. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Social media is something that we are all using and we are all well about. Well, but we cannot take extreme sides of banning it or vice versa. Let me tell you why. It's because it's all about our perspective and how we use it. For example, if you ask an influencer, they would never say social media is bad because it's their way of living. They are dependent on it, it's their source of income. But at the same time, if you ask a parent, they would be pretty done with the fact that their child is wasting time on it and also getting distracted by it. So here comes in the fact that we need to weigh its disadvantages with its advantages. But before that, I would like to tell you the main disadvantages of social media. For example, the first thing we have is time wastage. We all find it very easy to sit on our couches and scroll through YouTube or Instagram. We procrastinate. We know that we have work to do. We know it is important and it is our duty, and yet we delay it for later. This also leads to distraction. Students are struggling to have a time management. They are not able to follow the schedules. Why? Because they are distracted by social media. They would rather entertain themselves with some reels which are very unproductive. This leads to poor work and student efficiency. And another thing, if you are a person who is very indulged in all this, your mental health is being very badly affected. Because if you're a person who's very indulged in all this, then what is your life like? You wake up in the morning and you post something, maybe your photo or your thoughts, and then your entire day is about will it get likes? Will it get comments? And most importantly, am I fitting into the beauty norms or the trends that is going there? And this will make you compare yourself to all the models and the actresses you see on screen who are completely walking filters. And this leads to self hate, suicidal thoughts, and much more worse. So now let's begin with the vein of advantages and disadvantages. The first and foremost advantage of social media, that is of connectivity. I would rather say it's fake. What kind of connectivity are you making with a person by just scrolling through their Insta pages? They are just posts. They are not even their entire life. And posts are nothing other than the things that we want to boast to everyone that yes, we have it. Whereas the better option is phone calls. Phone calls can deepen your bond with the person whom you talk to. You can really get to know them instead of just having a formal good morning forward every day. Another important advantage of social media that is of information that we gain from it. We get knowledge from it. What makes you think it's completely true? It can be fake. We have tons of people sitting there just to fake it. We have fake news being spread, we have fake tutorials, and we have fake advertisement where people say that if you do this exercise, you'll be free of obesity. Where's the proof? Because social media has tons of fake things. The better option to this is books or Google, which let me specify is not a social media app. It is a mass research platform. So this is a better option. With this, we conclude that social media seems like something while it is the opposite. Like in the case of fake connectivity, it is actually we are being isolated because we are missing on the actual interactions we can have with people. So in the end, let me leave you with a question. If social media is something so raw that can it literally be trusted and called beneficial? No, I suppose. With this, I would like to rest my case, but not my stance. Thank you.
Okay, so Tanya exceeded by 30 seconds. She spoke for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So just please note that. Um, Very nice, Tanya. You presented your points very clearly and very nicely. But I'm just the moderator. So the judges will be the ones to judge you now. Next is the rebuttal round, and I wish you all the best. Your 1 minute starts now. Any the judge, if he wishes to ask a question to Dania or any of the participants, if they wish to ask any question, please go ahead.
Samia, Samia, I think we should keep the Q&A for the last moment. Let them speak first, because I think what Dania said just now, she sort of balanced. She did a balancing act. She highlighted the pros also, and she highlighted the cons also. So I'm not sure whether she was speaking against or for the topic.
Okay, I got it. Okay, then let's begin with the next speaker, which is, I believe, Samreen, according to the alphabetical order. Samreen, the
Yes, ma'am.
stage is all yours. So is your mic working? Everything good? Can we start?
Yes. Yes, okay.
Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Samreen Fatima. I am from class 10th of Emma Thompson School. I will be speaking against the topic. Do you think our minds are in our control? If yes, think again. Do you know that social media can control our minds? When we search in Google, what is the meaning of? We see different results based on our location, interest, previous search history, etc. etc. A lot of people think that Google is just a search engine. Instagram, Facebook, these are all just apps that we post pictures on to get likes, comments, etc. But do you know everything that we do on social media is being tracked? It's being watched. Every single action we take is being recorded. There is an entire team of engineers that has that whose job is to crack into your psychology and then use it against you. So how do they do it? So social media websites, they take our data and they create a digital model. With that model, they command money. The company which creates a better model commands more money. Once they have created the model, they know exactly when, where, and what we are going to do. But we are not aware of the flip side of the coin. Everything that you do on social media, your likes, your dislikes, videos you watch, places you view them, how many times you view them, whether you like them or not, it's all being measured, it's all being recorded and then used to their benefits and our disadvantages. So social media developers, they have discovered through surveys that they can affect people's emotions and behaviors in real time without triggering the user's knowledge. Users have absolutely no clue. They're absolutely clueless that all of this is going on. So what can we do? So what we have heard is that in this generation, students and all of this generation is becoming more anxious. They're becoming more prone to depression symptoms. It creates mass chaos, loneliness, polarization, possibility of more hacking, etc., etc. Suicide attempts are more. It has increased, I think, 151% after the introduction of technology. And fake news spreads faster than genuine news. But hold on. We cannot say that social media has zero benefits, right? It has a lot of benefits to create awareness, etc., etc. It has a lot of benefits. But the question is, do we want to create a better world with this technology? Do you agree? If yes, then how? The only answer to that question is awareness. if we want to establish social media as a boon to human society, then we must ensure that people are aware of how fast it can become a bane, how fast it can create catastrophic results, destroy absolute human society if its techniques are not soon limited. With this, I rest my case. Thank you.
Very nicely done, Samreen, because she ended at exactly 3 minutes, and her points were extremely clear and very nicely done. Next, I would like to invite our last speaker, who is Samreen. According to the no, it's Zobia, right, Zobia? Please unmute yourself, and your timer begins now. All the best. जोबिया, बेटा अब आप शुरू कर सकते हो। तुम अपना माइक बंद कर लो, माइक खोल लो, एंड नाउ यू कैन जस्ट स्टार्ट। आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, जोबिया।
Assalamu alaikum, all of you, and I am from class 5A from Christchurch College, Lucknow, Hazratganj. Today I talk about social media. Social media harmful or beneficial? Social media is a harmful or beneficial topic is social media harmful or beneficial? Beneficial. Social media is also social media has contain and out of question we watch YouTube shorts or we view places we want so all are recorded and we want to see the questions. Social media harmful or beneficial? Media is the harmful and beneficial or harmful. Social media contain lot of questions and why? Because social media has the power to choose and we choose and we see. That is why social media is beneficial or harmful. Social media beneficial, we want to choose the that like shorts on YouTube, Instagram, reels on Instagram reels. We see the shorts and we view the places. That is why I rest and social media harmful or beneficial? Social media is the contain lot of and this message I am this message social media have as beneficial but not the harmful app. Social media we see shorts on YouTube, we see reels on Instagram, and this WhatsApp and YouTube. All things are that's required, and I rest my case. Thank you.
थैंक यू जोबिया, आपने बहुत अच्छा बोला, एक बहुत अच्छी कोशिश की, एंड आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ यू। मुझे आप पे गर्व है।
मुझे भी।
ओके, नाउ आई गेस नाउ यू कैन स्टार्ट आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस।
Samia, what I think is कि let Samreen and Dania ask each other question on their respective point of view, why they have taken this stand.
Sure. And just a small reminder, the meeting is going to end in 10 minutes.
Okay. And you just
So,
have about a minute to respond.
okay. Okay, then. Samreen and
Ma'am, I think Dania is also speaking against, and I am also speaking against.
So both of
So
you are speaking against it.
yes, sir.
Yes,
So there
sir.
is nobody who's in favor of social media.
Well, Zubia, I think, spoke for.
Okay. Okay. So Samreen, you don't have a social media account.
I have, sir.
So why do you have a social media account if you don't believe in it?
I believe in social media, sir. I accepted in my speech that we cannot deny that social media has benefits. The question is social media a boon or a bane? It's not an objective question. It has a subjective answer to it. We cannot say yes or no, social media is a boon. I think the best in this world of technology and computers, we cannot absolutely stop the use of social media. What we can do, however, is we can limit it to a certain extent. We can limit it so that it does not cause as much catastrophic results and dangerous things that it is causing to people who are unaware of the bad things that social media can do to people.
Limit it, when you say limit it, how do you explain that? How do you want to limit it? You want
Well,
monitoring, or
I
you want to
don't know
limit it?
exactly. By limiting it, I mean that the excessive use of social media, that young children and us teenagers also are being offered, it should be stopped. Because social media, by science has proved that social media is addictive, and many other things that they have proved. Especially, for example, this video is being recorded, right? It's going to be
Okay.
uploaded on, I don't know whether, whatever website. So
Hmm.
what we can do is, the hackers, the cyber criminals, they can take our video, they can do misuse it, they can do anything with it, but they can do it only to the extent that we are not aware. If we are not aware, we will allow them more. We will open our video, we will take a full photo so that they can misuse our photo. But if we are aware, if we cause awareness in people that these things can happen, we can limit it to a certain extent.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you say, Dania, about this?
Can I have a counter question on the thing she just mentioned?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, ma'am, you just said that like you took the example of this very meeting. So right now you have been recorded. Now, if the person wants, he can pretty much use your face and voice and use AI to completely edit your speech. How are
Yes,
you going to control it when you suggest you want to control it?
I'm not saying I want to
You're
control.
a aware person.
Yes, I am an aware person. I can limit it by what I'm doing is not, I'm not allowing my full video, right? Even if I'm allowing my video, I'm only allowing it to a certain extent. I'm only allowing it to the neck or the shoulders. So I think the crime that is nowadays being that is nowadays happening about editing the photos, misusing them, it requires mostly the full body. Because AI, I have noticed, when you edit a video or a photo by AI, it only gives you a perfect result when your full body, either the full body or a full back complete clear background is being mentioned. If I'm aware, I will not let these things happen, because I'm only allowing a part of my body to be viewed by the user.
So you mean to say you are only worried about the visual content,
No,
isn't
sir.
it?
There are also other things that can be misused, but mostly the images, they lead to a greater crime by social media.
That possibility is always there in any field, in any technology, for that matter. I mean, it is up to you whether you want to use it or you want to misuse it. The only thing is you have to be aware about it, isn't it? You have to
Yes.
take precautions, isn't it? That is what
Yes,
you
sir.
are saying.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Tanya, does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Samia, what do you say now? Any question from you?
I think this is kind of going out of context, because what she's talking about, the misuse, is mainly related to the tool of artificial intelligence. That is the technology which is actually misusing your things. But
Yeah.
existing in 21st century and living in a digital era, you cannot avoid social media, and you cannot avoid exposing yourself. Even when you go to school and you participate in events, your pictures are going to get clicked, you are going to be posted somewhere, you're going to be sometime in the newspaper, you're going to be any place, and you will have one or the other way, you are going to be exposed to the world. That is the thing. Otherwise, you'll be living in an Orwellian society if you think in that sense. But of course, there are certain restrictions that you can take. But you were mentioning about hiding some sort of, you know, displaying only certain parts, so that those things cannot be taken into consideration when they are doing that. But that is not true. And while you talk about the harms of social media, that very good incident that took place about the female wrestlers, they kind of they used artificial intelligence to edit their pictures. These little things We'll just have to, actually, we'll just have to have more stricter implementation of laws. That is how we are going to actually be towards a society that uses social media in a more beneficial and advantageous manner. Yes, Dania.
Yes, ma'am, that is exactly what my point was. Like, I absolutely compared that. Yes, social media can't be, we cannot completely stay away from it. So that is why I compared in my speech that how can we, minimize the use of social media. Instead of social media, we can use phone calls and books for information, which are much better.
The point is that we have actually progressed towards a society where we are running away from books and moving towards more online content. Nowadays, when you want to study for a subject, you don't sit down and open a book. Now you go to a YouTube channel and you search for a video on the concept. Even right now, if you guys must have researched on social media, you must have studied it from an online website, someplace else. So we have actually shifted towards technology. We are no more using traditional ways to, do things. And
That's
reading
fine,
has become
Samia.
now.
You're right, Samia. What I feel is here, what Samreen was saying is actually addiction is wrong. Any kind of addiction is wrong, and reckless
Yes.
use. Okay, if you are using technology, or even if that is social media, you should be, using it responsibly, and you should not be addicted to it. Okay.
Yes.
So that is why you see we say it's social, but I think it is one of the most unsocial kind of platform, because we don't meet each other, we don't get to meet each other. We are only chatting on the internet and online. We are meeting online, so that way it is, to an extent, it has a negative impact.
Yes, sir.
Else, because we are running out of time almost left. So hello, Samia. So this
Yes,
was
yes.
hello. This was a trial run, and I think we should keep this up. And Samreen and Dania, thank you for joining. Both of
Thank you,
you
sir.
spoke very well, and we'll be announcing some sort of prizes shortly. Samia will do that. And what was the name of that girl? Little girl.
Zubia.
Zobia.
Zubia also spoke well. She participated in this, although she is too small to talk on the subject right now. But anyway, we should be having these discussions and meeting online quite regularly now. This was just a trial. So, and you people suggest the topic on which you would like to speak, and we can have a bigger audience and gathering next time when we speak, and let's prepare in advance for such events. Thank you, Samia, for hosting this.
Thank
Thank you,
you
ma'am.
for
Thank you,
joining
sir.
the event as well. What I'd like to encourage all three of you girls is that please encourage the people around you. That they should also start debating, and that they should also start participating in oratory events, because it helps you a lot. It helps you in your
Yes,
intellectual development, and not
yes,
only just in your conversations, but it's going to develop you intellectually, and you're going
yes.
to start seeing things differently. So your
And
friends.
what one thing I would like to suggest is it doesn't have to be a academic topic always. Okay,